Yo, 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 welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Niall Frazier. And before I get into this debacle that we just had yesterday, I want to take some time to remember Mr. Jack Wheely. Mr. Jack, like I say, a lot of great things about Mr. Jack. But if you know, and I know people that watch the podcast are from where I'm from, they probably do know Mr. Jack. But I want to just send my condolences and my prayers to the family, to my Aunt Bev and to Johnny and the rest of his family. He was a great man, and I appreciate us being kids. I don't want to take too much time to tell these stories, but us being kids, running around the house, having sleepovers. If something broke, he'd fix it. Like, it was just the rides to Ring and Rock skating rink and whatever else it was, man. He just, some people, you don't have to do things like that. And it's not a lot of people like that anymore that do those types of things. So I just wanted to take that time out to shout out Mr. Jack. Hope the transition was beautiful, my brother. Much love. So with that being said, though, let's roll right into what we need to get into, man. So before I get into this, shout out to my cousin Adam. Shout out to my boy Dante, two loyal 49ers fans that I do know. And shout out to the 49ers, man. They came in, they stood on business. I'm not going to sit here and, I could take my L, man. That's cool. I ain't tripping. But one thing I will say is this. I didn't get a chance to make a video, but I think I spoke about some of this in my previous video. So, and I'm getting people commenting on my Instagram and all that, which is, I understand. It's cool. Like I said, we can take the L. So, it is what it is. But my thing is this. I'm glad we took the L in the regular season and not the playoffs, okay? Whatever the case may be, like I said, it is what it is. But not even right now, I've been saying that we've been window dressing these problems on both sides of the ball for the last, since week 4 or 5? And I had said that by week 5 and 6, if I didn't see a difference, that I don't think anything's going to get done. Now we're here in week, 12, 13, whatever week this is, right? Late into the season, where the wins are starting to add up or matter more because, teams want their playoff punch their ticket to the playoffs. So Philadelphia still holds the number one standing in the NFC, but it's only by one game. We go play Dallas next week. So I think it's a primetime game if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I'm sipping this, but I'm thirsty. But it's a primetime game next week. So I hope, and it's there at their house, so I hope we can correct some things. But bro, and I don't think it's a lot of things that need to be corrected. How do I want to do this? Starting off, let's do this. Starting off, there's a lot of things. It's probably gonna be a long video. It's a lot of things I could talk about. But let's start off with this. Leading up to the game, right? I don't understand how everybody's raised. I understand everybody's raised different, but I don't understand how you're on a team, right? These are supposed to be your brothers. These are supposed to be like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all, not y'all physical blood-related brothers, but this is your team. Y'all are all supposed to be one unit. So to have Debo come out and say all these things about Bradbury, regardless if they're true or not. AJ Brown come out and he say something, oh, well, you don't think he made anything by it. And then Debo proceeds to come out here and drop 3 touchdowns on us. I didn't feel like nobody took this game serious at all, from top to bottom, from the players to the coaches. I don't think nobody took this game serious. Now, I will say this. We didn't play 3 games within 13 days. I fully understand that. Players are probably tired and things like that. I understand, bro. But at the end of the day, y'all make millions and millions of dollars. Bro, y'all got recovery. Y'all got all this extra stuff that us regular people don't have, okay? So what I'm saying is this. The product, and I've been saying this, the product that they've been putting on tape is complete BS. I'm tired of bubble screen this, this soft coverage on defense and stuff like that. Why did you go out here and go get dogs if you want to treat them like puppies? For real, why'd y'all go out here and go get some dogs if y'all was going to treat them like some puppies? Straight up. Because that's what's been going on all season. And like I said, I understand that these are some new coordinators on both sides of the ball, and they're still probably learning some different things. But all due respect, and I heard Howie say this before. He said some teams always looking to, they might, this is a rebuilding season, or this is a whatever the case may be. And he said, I don't look at the season like that. He said, because these are people's lives. He said, this is another year of your life where that you're, and I'm just trying to sum it up from what he said, but he's pretty much saying is, we have the chance now. Why are we going to take the year off and try to hope that we can rebuild and do this while we got all the key, while we're still in contention right now? Now, this was prior to the season starting. That's when he did a podcast, right? But my thing is this: it's like it doesn't make any sense. It's like how he goes out here and he does his job, and I'm really starting to believe that Nick Sirianni. And this might be crazy to say, but I'm starting to believe that Nick Sirianni is not. I don't want to say he's not the right person to be coaching, but my thing is this: it's been. And even last year, I said the same thing last year. I'm like, bro, the defense in the middle is soft. It's not something is not working. So with all that being said, I'm starting to look at Nick Sirianni, and I said this in a previous video. I'm starting to look at Nick Sirianni because he's the end all be all when it comes to all this. He's sitting there on the sideline, and I even speculated about this. Who's making the play calls on the offense? He got a play sheet and he got a mic and he talking. So who's making the play calls? That's something else. Like I got so many questions about what I've been seeing over these last couple of weeks, but it's all come to fruition because how we lost. Like I know teams lose, but how we lost. Coming out first 2 drives. We in here, we aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy look shook out there. -6 yards for the first couple of drives, and then they get at the clucking, and did not look back. And I knew when the Eagles went down there on them first 2 drives, and the first drive ended in a field goal, and the second drive ended in the field goal. I said this game's gonna be over before it starts. All due respect, it's gonna be over before it starts because all due respect, Brock Purdy just showed you couldn't go down the field. I just said -6 yards. So for y'all to be able to put 12 play drives to get 60 yards down the field to just attempt a field goal? What? What? Like that's the problem. It's like I don't think people keeping it real on the inside. And like I said, it's always a other side of the game. I know this is probably gonna be all over the place, but I could care less. My thing is this. Is something going on in that locker room? Y'all can sit here and make it seem like I'm tripping, but there is something going on within that locker room between the players and the coaches. Because now I'm starting to think back, and let's just go down a rabbit hole. There was a clip that came out when I forget what game it was when Jalen Hurts threw a bomb touchdown or something like that to either AJ Brown or Smitty, right? And they got the clip. AJ walking back to the sideline, and what does Nick Sirianni say? He said, I called the play because I trust you. I thought he wasn't calling the plays, though. You see what I'm saying? And then I said, I see him on the sideline with a of course, he probably got to, see what's going on, but I see him talking into the mic. I see him saying stuff. So it's like, bro, he's putting his twist or his input on the offense or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but from what I saw yesterday, it didn't look good. Okay. Then you start to hear, like, I heard Fletcher Cox come out last night talking about, well, we're all going, it's the main thing is to keep the fellas together in the locker room. We're all still going to eat breakfast together in the morning and still play ping pong. Why would that need to be said if everything was okay in the locker room? Then I'm seeing AJ, like I said, AJ sitting here, he trying to play both sides of the fence. I understand that's your friend, but when you're getting paid to do a job. I understand that's your friend. And my mom and dad always told me, don't bring your personal problems to work. Don't bring your personal issues to work. If you got a personal relationship with Deebo Samuel off the field, okay, that's cool. But when you in here, he in here talking about your man, he's in here talking about a defensive player like that, regardless if he's getting cooked or not. Because I've said it looked like he's been getting cooked. And Slay too. Like their age is showing. It looked like that. You gotta call it what it is, bro. They ain't been tackling. They don't know where they need to be. No press, no bump off the line. None of that. So when Seven Warner comes out and says, it looked like I didn't want to tackle, and then his response is, hey, we weren't like that. What do you mean? Because it's not just this one game. It's multiple games that we are all saying these things. And you're not sitting here telling me that these people do not sit here and listen to what, not me, of course, but But you listen to Seth, you'll listen to the ESPNs and the FS1s and whoever else that's reporting on the Eagles. You can't sit here and tell me that somebody is not sitting here saying, well, why don't y'all run the ball enough on offense? There should be no way that I really just don't understand. And I'm a very logical person, but I really just don't understand up until this point what we've been trying to do. There's no identity. When you abandon the run, you don't even go. It's a difference from going away from the run. That means you just run. You don't run as much. You still implement the run game, but you just don't run as much because you know it's not working. But at the same time, it's not to say maybe second half defense is tired now that you might break off with Swift for a 30 to 40 yard run. I'm tired of hearing people. I'm tired of people trying to tell me that the run game does not work. When you have Rashad Penny sitting on the bench, inactive week after week, and then when you do put him in, you put him in for 2 plays or a play here and there. What are y'all expecting to happen here? Like, what are y'all expecting to happen? For real, what are y'all really expecting to happen when y'all don't even utilize the players that you have? The players that you have, y'all went out and got on this offseason. We had a Christian McCaffrey on the other side of the line. I heard somebody else say this. They were like, well, y'all could have. There's only one Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, you might be right, but you're not going to sit there and tell me that DeAndre Swift couldn't do most of the similar things that a Christian McCaffrey does or has done last night. You can't sit here and tell me that. They do. Brian Johnson does not utilize the running backs at all, and if he do, they be stuck on Gainwell. For what? For what? We clearly know that Gainwell is not a better option than DeAndre Swift. And he might not even be a better option than Penny, but I couldn't tell you because we ain't seen him. We ain't seen the man. We have not seen this man. Like where's Waldo? We ain't seen this man. So it's like, what are we doing here? And then I said in my last video, then you put it almost came to fruition yesterday. It's not like I'm up here just saying a bunch of nonsense. This is for real, Holyfield. This is for real. Like, you can't keep using your quarterback as a running back. That's why you got running backs. You got 4 of the mofos, and y'all don't utilize them right. There's no motion, no hot routes, no nothing in that backfield that makes the defense even question about what they finna do. They already know, like, they about to do these same 5 to 7 plays that they've been doing this whole year. This whole year. Even when I watched the Cowboys game, right? I watched the Cowboys game, the Seahawks game, right? They pulled out a jet sweep or something like that. I'm like, wait, where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking we were saving our playbook, but I promise to God, our playbook must be on some BS. It must be 6 to 7, 10 to 15 plays. That's all I'm saying, man. It's no trickery to the offense, no trickery to the defense. It's like you're not even making it hard for the opposing team to, like, you know what I mean? It's like they were just giving the game away. Our defense, oh God, I could do a whole video on the defense. I could do a whole video on that defense. That defense is horrible. Maybe not the front 4, but the defense is horrible. Week after week, we've been saying pressure the quarterback. Okay, now we understand. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and get too crazy with the coverages and schemes and stuff like that. But the scheme sucks. Scheme sucks. Okay, let's just put it out there. The scheme sucks. Call it what you want. We can't blitz. And then when we're supposed to blitz, we still send 4. Why ain't we sending 5? I know every defense has their weaknesses and stuff like that, but it's like we don't even mix it up. It's the same thing. The first two drives for the 49ers and how we held them. We held them. Okay, not negative 6 yards. And then for them to go out from second to the end of the game and just blow us out. I don't know what happened. And I'm thinking like, oh, halftime they going to go in here and something was telling me, I'm like, bro, I don't think we're going to be able to win this game. I'm going to just keep it real. I kept the game on, but I said, I don't think we're going to win this game because it didn't pan out like the other games. We're not getting the ball second half. See, it's different when you get the ball second half and you get it first. Opposed to your team getting it, and now you got to stop the team that's been already scoring on you. So we already knew that the defense needed to do something dramatically different in the second half, which they didn't do. Missed tackles, people out of place. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Now, we recently just acquired, probably about 10 to 20 minutes ago, Shaq Leonard, okay? And that's why I was making this video. But my thing is this: you can go out and go get Shaq. You can go out and go get whoever you want. If y'all don't scheme up these defenses and this offense, it's over with, man. It's going to be a dungeon. It's going to be another massacre. And Dallas, I'm not going to sit there and say Dallas is going to beat us next week. But if we go in there playing like this, it's going to be a wrap. Because I'm sitting there watching the Seahawks game, and the Seahawks almost beat Dallas. Like, don't get me wrong, Dallas is a very beatable team. But my thing is this: we've been beating ourselves. We've been beating ourselves. They want to abandon the run. Okay, cool. Now you make it a one-dimensional game. So the corniest team can play all like that. If it's one-dimensional, if you're just giving me one thing I gotta worry about, cool. Y'all not running the ball, and we know y'all ain't been running the ball like that coming into the game. That's why people like us commentators and stuff like that were saying, run the ball so you can get the passing game going. But then y'all want to lean on analytics. Y'all want to lean on this, lean on that. Nobody had analytics back in the 80s. Or maybe they did. I don't know. But I don't think they had analytics back in the 80s or the 90s. Maybe the early 2000s, 2010s, they started using the analytics, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like the 2010s. But my thing is this: before that, you got to go with the feel of the game. Analytics do not pick up the feel or don't even pick up everything to begin with, but don't pick up real life occurrences, right? Like in moments in time. It's just going to, you're going to take the data, put it in there, and it's going to spew out whatever it wants to spew out. It's not taking into account like this, like real life things going on. So that's the whole point of the coach. First off, that's the whole point of the head coach. And then the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator are supposed to be like, oh, yeah, we see something. Why does it always take us to the halftime to be like, oh, yeah, we need to do this and do that? Because something is not connecting within the coaching, man. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. Because my thing is this. Y'all went out here and got all these good players just to put these two coaches up here. And then it's week 13. Like I said, if this was week 6, I'd be like, or 5, I'd be like, yeah, maybe they not it. Maybe we should go get some consulting. Because now I'm starting to think we need to go get Rex. People probably like, what? Rex Ryan? Go get Rex Ryan for the defense. And Matt Patricia and can't figure out what the hell to do. Go get Rex Ryan, because I know Rex Ryan will straight hard hitting players straight up. They got to take this to like how the Ravens defense plays, or how the Saints used to play back in the day, or the Legion of Doom. Like what are we? Even the old back in the day. The defensive coordinator back in the day for the Eagles, or Randall Cunningham when all them was playing. Like, come on, we look soft out there. Y'all let these people come talk. Excuse my French. Y'all let these people come here and talk shit. Come into our house and destroy us. And then the whole situation with Big Dom, it's like, bro, I seen like no support from my fellow colleagues. Like it took for Big Dom, after he seen Smitty get slammed on the side, and he really was trying to break up an altercation from what I saw. Now my man's getting fined, but that's a whole nother story. But he's trying to break up an altercation, and then no, don't get me wrong, he did get to one of their best defensive players thrown out, which I can't be mad at. We went down and scored, but then after that, what did we do? Like, man, I'm telling y'all, man, this is like, it's been a problem. That's why I say I'm mad, but I don't want to say I'm mad. I'm just upset about how we lost, because all this stuff is small stuff that we can fix. Now, something else I will say is that Howie really got to start looking to the linebacker position, because when you're going up against people that got a Fred Warners and stuff like that, it's no way you thinking, it's no way that you're thinking I got a good offensive line and everything else is just gonna fall into place. It's crazy. And then the scheming up of putting Bradbury and Slay where they are. Bradbury looked just like what Debo said yesterday. Cooked. Okay? Slay even worse. Cooked. Morrow. Cooked. Reed, only person I love Reed. He's the only person that's, but everybody look cooked. Say it with me. Cooked. What? Like, what is going on, man? But I will say this, man. I don't want this to go too long. Philadelphia really got a rap Philly got to get it. We got to get it together. You need to go out here. Frank Wright is available, or somebody that has a good offensive scheme. Y'all need to go find him for consultant. I'm sorry. Rex Ryan, defensive consultant. Okay? Come on, man. Y'all might think I sound crazy, but I was saying this earlier in the season. I said this earlier in the season when we was like 4, 5, 6 games. I got it in the title. Should Matt Patricia take over the play calling? Because I knew then. I said, bro, he's not even trying to. He was making necessary adjustments, but nothing crazy. Because like I said, you still got these teams week after week coming in here dropping 300 yards, 400 yards consistently. And then he talk about how we were so good at stopping the run. You know why we were so good at stopping the run? Because they wasn't running against us when you can throw 400 or 500 yards against us. The hell? That's why it was so good. Like, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to take credit from Carter and all them, but there's a reason why teams choose to pass on us more than they you know what I'm saying? But then even yesterday, yards after catch. See, that's what really got us. I'm thinking you got to take away the short, because Purdy threw a couple like 30, 40 yard bombs. I ain't gonna, I'm not gonna take no credit from the young man, but he didn't do that consistently, bro. His consistency came from dinking and dumping to Debo, to Christian McCaffrey, and we could not stop that. We couldn't, and I'm like, y'all can't. They would get hands on, couldn't even tackle. Come on, man, like. So I know I was probably all over the place with this video, man, but I just wanted to make this quick video, or whatever you want to call it, because in my eyes, man, this needed to happen. Excuse me, this needed to happen because we just been coasting. We lost to the Jets. We really made no changes. But then you see games like Miami Dolphins game. Then you see games like Kansas City. Now, Kansas City lost last night, and I also said that too. I'm like, they don't even look like a playoff team either. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still Patrick Mahomes, but they're still kind of teetering too, trying to figure out how they're going to be winning some more of these games because they lost to Green Bay. Of course, it was the call, you know what I mean? But teams are dealing with injuries. We're one of them. Teams done lost their coordinators, or their coordinator went to a different team. We're one of them too, just like the Chiefs are. But I'm still not going to ever make the excuse for poor play from what I saw yesterday. I'm not making that excuse. 3 games to 13 days, I'm not making that excuse. You just can't. Some things you just can't help in life. You can't. But from what I saw, it was no effort. It didn't seem like I said, I'll be talking about this game a whole lot different if they would have been like, it was a closer game, like we lost by maybe a touchdown, 3 points, field goal, something like that. We got smoked. Cooked. Okay? We got cooked. Now, it's any given Sunday, I understand that, but and I said that we've been looking, I know I'm gonna keep repeating myself, we've been looking like trash. And the trash is finally piled up to the point where it's starting to stink. So now we have to go into Dallas, and we need to beat Dallas. And Dallas rarely loses at home. I don't think they lost at home in the last 15 plus games. So this is going to be another hard what you want to call it, a mission or hard game for us, because still down some players. Now we're expecting to have Dallas back. I think Jalen cleared concussion protocol, so I think he's good to play, hopefully. But it's like it's like a whole bunch of stuff, man. It's like no RPO on the offense. Where did that go? Now if he's injured, I understand that, but it's like we are so one-dimensional, man. And we're making it too easy for these teams to beat us. So we'll see what they do, man. But like I said, I'm looking at Nick Sirianni. This is on Nick, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, because my thing is this: he's not sorry. He come out to these press conferences talking all this around in circles. Well, I ain't gonna give you guys this, or I ain't gonna give you guys that. You know what I'm saying? I understand what will come with the game. Beating your chest. He feel good. He feel like one of them. I understand that. But when you lose like this and you come out and be like, I gotta watch the tape. But then you can answer questions when he asks you about, what did you see on this play? What did you see on that play? From them. Oh, well, they were doing this, doing that, blah, blah, blah. But when the reporter asks them about, what did you see on what the Eagles were doing? I gotta watch the tape. Come on, man. I know when I'm getting spun. Stop playing with us, man. Stop playing with us. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash Nick Sirianni, but when they went to Nick Sirianni over Doug Peterson, I was lost, bro. Because my thing is this: why would we hire somebody that don't? He got experience, but he didn't win no Super Bowl for us. We just went away from that. And then to hear that Jaguars, because I can't even think of my man name right now. Can't even think of Doug Peterson. When Doug, and I heard that Doug was rooting to have Jalen come to the team, man, I would have loved to see what Doug would do with this offense, bro, and his team. And the defense didn't look good. I ain't gonna lie, because it was more of an offensive Super Bowl that we won that year. Defense didn't look good with Jim Schwartz and all that, but we did what we had to do. So, but when they brought Nick Sirianni in, I'm like, okay, cool. But then he started winning. I'm like, all right, maybe he got something here. But as of late, I'm really questioning what Nick Sirianni is seeing. Him and his staff are seeing on that field, because it's no way I can sit at home from my couch and count out and tell y'all what play y'all about to run. It should be no reason why I'm sitting there like, oh, yeah, they about to pass this off. Or they about to run this. Or they about to do this. Or they about to do that. So if I can do that, I have no coaching experience but Manning. Okay? So if I can sit there and do that, what do you think? What do you think of Kyle Shanahan is doing on the other side of there? Or is it Wilkes, that's their defensive coordinator? What do you think he's doing over there? And then I heard that all this is just bad. Then I heard Nick and the defensive coordinator got into it before the game, and he spanked us. Like, bro, everybody got to take a hard pause look at themselves. A real hard look. And even Jalen out there yesterday, like, holding the ball for an eternity, bro. What do you think is... And I don't understand this. If you don't see nothing opening up, throw the ball away or go take off up the field. It's just like he want to stay in the pocket and he's and then he slips and falls for the sack. And I'm just over this, man. I'm just over it, because it's a lot. There's something going on, bro. There's something going on in that locker room that has yet to come out. I don't care what nobody says. And I don't know if it's due to the coaching, because when they ask Smitty stuff, Smitty don't look like... People just don't look engaged, if that makes sense. It's like they don't like what's going on when it comes to both sides of the ball. And then you get your coaches going up here and they try to spin us and then go out there and go put this same BS on tape the next week. And that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we really expecting? Are we really expecting the coaches to go out here, make the necessary adjustments for the Cowboys, even though we beat the Cowboys? Y'all think they're going to make them necessary adjustments? Because I don't, to be honest with you, because should have adjusted. But by now, like, if this takes for them to get adjusted, bro, it's going. I mean, I'm gonna be happy, but it's gonna piss me off, because this is the same stuff that's been happening week in and week out. I know we ain't been healthy. I know we ain't been consistent with the healthy players. Excuse me, but this got to go. This got to stop. So, with that being said, I want to say welcome to the city, Shaq Leonard, Darius Leonard, whatever you like to be called. And I also want to say to the Philadelphia Eagles organization, y'all see, just like us fans see, that defense is cooked in the secondary, okay? And the offense is cooked because y'all don't run the ball. All right? These ain't hard fixes, man. These are simple things. If you need help, if you need help, call me. Now from the No Cut Sports Podcast.